welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can probably tell already by the ears and these two next to me, it's gonna be another Disney video. The last Disney video that I made was a Disneyland Paris Q&A, and some of you guys said that you would like to see some more tips about the parks and just things in general about Disneyland Paris. So I thought in today's video I share some tips and tricks about the Disneyland Paris parks. If you are new here on my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. It's totally free and then you can see all my new videos. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. You can also follow me on Instagram and like this video if you're excited. Also, we are going to Disneyland Paris this October, so if you like to see Disneyland vlogs, then definitely subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss them. So now let's get started with the tips and tricks about Disneyland Paris. So the first thing that you want to do if you want to book a holiday to Disney is to research. You can check different websites about deals. We always book our vacation by the official Disneyland Paris website, but there are also some other websites that I know that can be good for you with some great deals. Like for example, we go this October and we have our breakfast and our evening dinner for free. Sometimes you get maybe the breakfast and the dinner for free, or maybe children below the age of 7 are free. So check what is suitable for your family and yeah, do your research before you book, because Disneyland Paris is quite expensive and of course you don't want to pay extra money if it can also be cheaper. I will look, and if I find some websites I will put them down below in the description box so you can check them out. So if you booked your trip, the next thing that you can do is download the Disneyland Paris app. In the Disneyland Paris app you can find anything that you need to know about the parks, the opening times, maybe there is an attraction closed because for renovation, and maybe if you want to go especially for, let's say, the Space Mountain, and you want to book your holiday in May and it's closed that time, maybe you just want to reschedule it then. So in the app there's everything that you need to know, which attractions are closed to renovations. You can see the map from the parks there, the restaurants. You can also see the wait times from the attractions. So if you are in the park and you want to go to a small world, you can see how long you have to wait for that. Literally everything that you need to know. So I will definitely recommend to download the Disneyland Paris app. If you are staying in a Disneyland hotel, then you can get extra magic hours. Disneyland hotels are Newport Bay, the Disneyland Hotel itself of course, but also Santa Fe, Cheyenne, Davy Crockett, the ranch where we are staying in. So these are all the hotels with extra magic hours. If you want, you can make a screenshot. With extra magic hours you can go more early in the park than the normal guest. So you definitely want to use them. It's a lot more quiet in the parks due to the extra magic hours. If you want to meet a character, I also would recommend you do that to the extra magic hours, because it's a lot more quiet then. And for example, the Princess Pavilion. Princess Pavilion is all time really busy, and if you go there with the extra magic hours, you can get in probably a lot more quick. Also some attractions which don't have a fast pass. For example, Crush Coaster, it's a very popular attraction and in the morning it's a lot more quiet. So I will definitely recommend you are gonna use the extra magic hours if you are staying in a Disney hotel. So in Disneyland Paris you have two parks. You have the classic Disney park and the Walt Disney Studios. And you also got the Disney Village where are all the restaurants and shops. So in the Disney park you have all the classic rides and of course the castle. So if you are going only one day to Disneyland Paris, you will probably be there most of the time. And you got the Hollywood Studios, there are also some shows and some attractions there. And in the Disney Village you got a lot of restaurants and also a lot of shops. If you are only going one day to Disney, then I would recommend to spend most of your time in the classic Disney park. But if you can and you want to go to Disneyland, I would definitely say stay there 2 or 3 days, because one day is not enough, I think. In one day you just can't do that much things, and if you are not lucky or you are in the weekend, it's maybe a lot more busy, so you have to wait much longer for the attractions. If you are like me and you like to plan things, then I would say definitely plan your trip. So of course not everything, but just think what attractions you definitely want to do. For example, I always want to do Big Thunder Mountain, I always want to meet a princess. Just write them down, talk with your friends or family, okay, this is what we're going to do this day. Maybe you only go 2 days, then yeah, maybe one day you want to spend the day in the classic Disney park and the other day in the Disney studios. It's also important to make a reservation if you want to eat in a restaurant. You can also do that in the park itself, but like some popular restaurants are quite busy, so I would say book them in advance. I think you can book them 60 days before you are actually going. So we are always want to eat in Agrabah, and Agrabah is quite popular, so we always book 60 days before, so we are sure we can eat there. So plan a little bit what you want to do. Also you have fast passes. So another tip that I want to give you are the fast passes. With the fastpass you don't have to wait so long in the queue. Fastpass is totally free, you just have to scan your Disney ticket and you get a time when you have to come back. So for example, in the morning it's really busy, you just go to the fastpass line, you scan your ticket and maybe there's writing you come back 1 hour later. And then you don't have to wait so long in the queue, so if you are maybe with small children or you just don't want to wait so long, it's a perfect solution. So the parade and the shows you definitely don't want to miss. We are going in October and it's then Halloween season, so they always got some Halloween shows and also a special little parade. So check when you are going, maybe with Christmas, Halloween, they always got a different theme, what shows are there, and if there's like a special little parade, and of course there's always the big parades. Check the times and in which theater they are, because I think the shows and the parades are one of the best things in Disneyland and you just don't want to miss them. So if you want to meet characters, that's also totally free, you just have to queue for them. If you want to meet a character, you can also do this best in the morning, because in the day it can get quite busy. At the beginning of the Disneyland parks there is most of the time some characters that you can meet. Also you got the Princess Pavilion, that's near a small world where are different princesses that you can meet. In the Walt Disney Studios you got also characters. You can download then the library app and there's writing a time when you have to come back so you can meet the character. In the normal classic park you don't need an app, you just need to queue for them. But in the Walt Disney Studios you need the library app, so if you want to meet, for example, Toy Story characters or Spider-Man, you need to download the library app. If you maybe come from America and you was already go to Walt Disney World, you will maybe go do some rides that are not in America. So for example, Ratatouille, Crush Coaster and some others, I would say definitely ride them because they're really nice and it's a fun, different experience.
So I just looked up which different rides there are in Disneyland Paris, and these rides are only in Disneyland Paris, so not in the other parks if I'm right. If you like, you can again make a screenshot.
So these were some of my Disneyland Paris tips. If you like to see more of them, then please let me know. If you like to see Disney vlogs, definitely subscribe because I will be going to Disneyland in October and you don't want to miss it. You can also follow me on Instagram and like this video if you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!